What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But even living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Poco no mirai wa, dare ni mo.
Well, good morning. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming boxing match this morning about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. So, yesterday afternoon, after I got off work, I tuned into Netflix. They have a three-part documentary, whatever you want to call it, um, where they talk about how this upcoming match and stuff is going to happen, whatever. And I watched them, and I found them informative and intriguing. Um, so I'm not I'm not a huge Jake Paul fan. Matter of fact, I really dislike the dude. Not so much for like what he's done probably within the last, I'll say, several years, but what he did previously, um, in his early to mid teens on through his early 20s, he was just a complete and total just terror to his neighbors, and uh, you know, but anyway, that being said, um, before we get into that, uh, Purple Purple has provided us with a coffee meme this morning that I think is pretty. Let me zoom this in here a little bit. Yeah, when you slept for 2 hours and you think that coffee is going to help. Well, that's about where I'm at this morning. About 2 hours of coffee. Stayed up a little bit later than I wanted to last night. I was just hanging out. We're gonna get into the main topic here in just a minute. I was hanging out with my buddies last night and was just chilling, playing playing some Fortnite. I've really been enjoying this season. Was just playing and just chilling, playing a little Fortnite, whatever. And was getting ready to go to bed, and as is my custom, which I may have to change, honestly, I was scrolling through Twitter, and I seen that one of my Wall Smasher co-hosts was had a show or was doing a show, and I tuned into it and was watching it, and pretty interesting. If you haven't or didn't catch it live last night, you got to go over there and catch it. Give it a view. Burn the World had a uh, pre-recorded little segment, and then they did some Q&A and stuff afterwards. But it was enlightening, to say the least. But anyway, so I went into the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing. So as I was watching this documentary, the documentary series and stuff, it was kind of interesting. Jake, it starts off with Jake Paul discussing how he uh, and I the name of the place where he went to visit slips my mind, but anyway, he went on a little vacation, uh, and he said he had his very first. Probably not going to get this right. Ha, Hawatha, I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, Session, and during this session, he saw Mike Tyson and him having a boxing match, and how it um, everybody was watching, all the younger generations and stuff, because they really don't know who Mike Tyson is, but they do know who Jake Paul is. And so anyway, he said when he came back off of his vacation, or whatever, and said he reached out to Mike Tyson and said, "Hey," presented the idea to him, and Mike Tyson was, "Oh yeah, let's do this." So then it starts going into, it's like it's part of the each episode was dedicated to Jake Paul, and then part of it was dedicated to Mike Tyson. And they go back and they're talking about the origins of Jake Paul, and then how he got into boxing, how start off because him and his brother Logan had some beef with KSI and Deji, and the YouTube boxing and all that, where it started. And he said that kind of triggered a desire in him to really look into this boxing thing. Well, he did quite well, and then he um, had the match where he lost to a split decision. And he said that when he went back to his locker room, his entire team was gone, save but one. One person had stayed. They just abandoned him. They left him. And he said, and he talked about how uh, that really impacted it. Hurt, it bothered him. It devastated him. And so this one gentleman who was a former heavyweight boxing competitor as well said, hey, let's. He says, if you want to continue doing this, you want to do this right, He says, "You've got to get the right team around you." He goes, "And I know the people that we need to get." So he reached out to this trainer who had trained several um, different uh, boxing competitors, boxers over the years, and it was not an easy job convincing him to come in. One of the first things that happened was, excuse me, was that they told Jake that everything that he was doing in the ring was wrong. Everything, even down to his movement in the ring, right? And so um, they had to start from ground up. And um, the trainer said, it was. He said he really didn't think that Jake would be able to do it, just because when you develop bad habits, right? If you start learning to do something and you do it the wrong way, and that's how your muscle memory becomes, and that's how you your body knows how to do something. It's really, really hard to get it to unlearn that and to learn the proper method of doing it. But this trainer said that surprisingly, Jake unlearned his bad habits and learned uh, the proper ones. And he said he contributed it to uh, Jake's athleticism and his determination. So um, that being said, Jake is evidently it's going to be a whole different style or type of boxing than what we've seen from Jake in the past. But uh, when it got to the segments and stuff that was covered in Mike Tyson, a man, by the way, who is 58 years old, he's 2 years older than me. When I saw what this man was doing, I'll be honest with you, it it was scary. It was absolute scary. Let's um let's take a little. This is a trailer. This is the trailer that Netflix put out on YouTube. So let's just take a little watch of this and just kind of give you guys a little bit. I don't know if maybe you have or haven't seen it, but let's take a little watch at this and kind of see what we're going to hopefully see Friday night. It's this Friday on Netflix. If you are a Netflix subscriber, from my understanding, it is part of your base package subscription to Netflix, and you will be able to watch it there at no additional cost.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yo, listen, you hear that? Killers in the jungle. Run for them life.
There's never been a night this
Step
big.
into the jungle.
This is no ordinary fight. This is Jake El Gallo Paul
Who's doing more than me? I'm the face of this sport.
the Disruptor versus Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet.
Nobody could get close to me. I'm the best fighter in the world.
This is the fight the world's been waiting for. What happens next? Only one way to know.
Listen,
Paul versus Tyson, Friday, November 15th, live on Netflix.
Yeah, so that's going to be on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, November the 15th. Like I say, that's 2 days away. Now, my current idea or plan possibly is I'm going to I'm tossing this idea around or whatever, right? Maybe possibly watching it and like doing a live, I guess you'd call it like reaction to what's going on or what have you. I'm thinking about doing that. Of course, I can't stream. You can't stream. I mean, that's ludicrous, right? But um, you know, if that's something maybe I'll think about it, whatever. I really got a question here. I've got a poll I'm going to put up. And I've got three options for you guys to vote on, right? The question is are you planning on watching the Tyson Jake Paul boxing match? And I got three options. I've got Netflix and no, I won't. Yes, I will, and just no. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to kind of know where you're at on this deal. There's been a lot of there's been a lot of hype, a lot of talk in and around and about this upcoming event. Joe Rogan has talked about it quite a bit in a episode he had Russell Crowe, the well-known actor, on his show. And anyway, they and during the interview, whatever, they talked about this. I found it kind of interesting. Joe Rogan talks about well, I'll just let Joe say it in his own words.
The meaning of life and, having a smoke every now and then and stuff like that, I was like, I'm enjoying this, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm liking the evolution. What bothers me with this whole thing is that he's got to kind of, slide back to that warrior, and I'm just not sure he needed to do it,
Yeah. He's the reason why this table's so wide.
Why is that?
Because I was going to make the table more narrow and be closer to the guests. I had him on once when he was retired, and he was much heavier, and he was smoking a lot of weed, and
Right.
he was contemplative and interesting and philosophical and just a fun guy to hang out with. And then I had him on again when he was about to fight Roy Jones Jr., and he had lost about 60 pounds.
Right.
He looked shredded. He had muscles bulging in his arms, and he was very intense.
Right.
It was like a completely different human being, and he was terrifying. Just being in the room with him was fucking terrifying. And I said, you know what? This table needs to be a little wider.
I'm glad it wasn't only me.
Yeah, I just don't want to be that close to him. He's fucking scared.
So, yeah. I mean, Joe Rogan even says, the reason why he made the table, the man, even at 58 years old, he's intimidating, right? I sat there and I watched in this docuseries, there was a segment where Mike Tyson was in the ring and they were doing a session. And I'm not hip to all the I'm not a sports guy, right, or anything like that, but I just find this stuff interesting. The guy, it was like the trainer, but it's not like the coach. So the trainer is in there with him, and they're working on combinations, right? And he's all padded up, and he's got this big thick pad on his chest and everything, and he's got the the big pads that they and they'll move them in the boxers punch in the different zones and what have you. And of course, Tyson is not punching full force at all, right? It's more about going through the motions and and developing the muscle memory of and getting that's and he lands like I said, it wasn't even a full force punch, but it was just a little jab to the body. And the dude had to back up and take a knee, right? Because the force of the punch, even though it wasn't even full force, but it's just the force of Tyson's punch, like I guess it was kind of like a shot to the kidney, or in the lower, abdomen area, and that was it. He was down, right? He just he had to take a moment, and I was sort of thinking to myself, if that was through all the padding, and it wasn't even like a full force punch, it was just like half, or a quarter, whatever. I was like, my God, this man. It kind of made me hearken back to, that scene in Avengers where they all split up and they go to different times, right? And Hulk goes back in time to whatever it was. I can't remember the grand whatever it was, the big the magician or whatever, the ball chick, right? Whatever. And she sat there and she just does that little thing to the Hulk, and Hulk collapses, and Bruce Banner is just like in his ethereal, it's just spirit is just like floating around, right? That's what I feel like it would be if somebody got if Mike Tyson, it'd probably kill me, but if Mike Tyson punched me, that's what I feel like would happen, right? My spirit would literally just leave my body. I would just be floating there in space, like what? The man is scary. The man is absolutely scary. There was there's a minute 21 video here that was put out by a YouTube channel by the I don't know exactly if it's like their content or if they just got it from where they got it, but anyway, this is like this, it's entitled Mike Tyson Final Training for the Paul Jake Paul fight. Just take a look at this.
Mike Tyson has put out his final preparations for his fight against Jake Paul. With the fight,
Now that was his sparring partner, right? This was. Turn this guy off for a second. Just look at this. He hits just a quick little jab, under uppercut, right? And the guy goes down. They did an interview with his sparring partner, right? And this guy's been a sparring partner for years and years, right? And he said he's only had 2 black eyes in the entire time that he's been a sparring partner, right? And he goes, Mike Tyson had just given him, and he showed his face, he had a black eye, and he's at headgear. Now, I don't know. Like, again, like I said, I'm not a sports aficionado or anything like that. And the only reason why, because Tyson, I mean, when I was a youngster, I was in my teens and stuff, man, Tyson was the dude, right? Tyson was scary. And, to see him coming back at 58 years old to do this, I mean, yes, it's just I know, 2-minute rounds. I think there's like 8 rounds and there's 2 minutes per round, but still 58 years old. This, I can't help but also draw, this is so similar to back, I don't know how many years ago, it's probably been like 5 to 7 years ago, something like that. Sylvester Stallone made the Rocky Balboa movie, right? This was after, he had retired from boxing and Adrian had died. And, there's a scene with him, Paulie, his buddy was still alive. And, he's like, hey, Rockaway, he goes and Rocky says, I feel like I still have something in the basement. Like there was still just one more thing there. Right. And the similarities between that movie and it's not lost on me. And I see, I see some correlations there. Right. But to just, this guy, he's scary. I mean, he does not look like a 58-year-old man. He does not. He's muscled up. I mean, just, see, that was just, like I said, that's his trainer in there with him, right? And they're just, look how hard and fast he's coming in, right? I know that Jake Paul, I know that he's 27, 28 years old. He's young. He's athletic. He's in his prime. But this is no joke. I really don't. When we've had these other matches, like they had the one with Mayweather, right, and these other guys that were like former basketball stars or former MMA stars and things like that. Those matches, because I watched them, and they came across more to me like just exhibition type matches. They weren't. I don't get this from, and I could be 100% duped, right? These matches can occur Friday, and I may wind up just look like a complete fool on this stream right now. But I don't feel like, from watching those, from what was said and done in those docuseries, again, over on Netflix, check them out if you haven't. You've got Netflix, give them a watch. They're about 30 minutes each. Real easy watches. Jake could be, yeah, exactly, Toxic. One of the things that they brought up, and I found this really interesting, they said the very last thing, right, that a boxer loses, right? He can lose his stamina, right? He can lose, his flexibility, his quick, whatever. But the last thing that they lose is their punching power, period, right? Their punching power. And that's why it's going to be, they said, 2-minute matches, because it's going to prevent or hopefully help with Tyson not getting exhausted during the matches, each round rather, right? Goes out, does a 2-minute, sets back down. So like I said, I could 100% be wrong on this. This could wind up being another one of those exhibition type matches or whatever. It's possible, right? But just listening to Mike talk in the interview parts of the documentary, it doesn't come across that way, right? Mike still has, to me, it just seemed like he's not, I just don't feel like he's going to just roll over, right? I don't think he's doing it for the money. I think he's doing it because he still has a huge competitive drive in him. Like I said, I 100%, I could be wrong on this. But anyway, so yesterday, Jake Paul put out a video as well over on his channel, right? And it's kind of a little hype reel or whatever. Let's see here. Let's take a look at it. In the title of this video is I'm going to war with Mike Tyson. Now, here towards the end, Jake has kind of went into the creator influencer mode where he's, the promotion, he's doing things to hype up and to get eyes on this match. He's promoting, he's going into promoter mode. And so some of the antics, the Jake Paul antics that we're kind of used to seeing is starting to develop and show up.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Oh my God.
The baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson.
Hardest hitting puncher that I ever saw.
Mike Tyson still has speed, and he definitely has some power.
Jake Paul is going to lose.
I think he might be making a mistake.
The worst decision of his career.
Mike Tyson's always Mike Tyson. Like you said, people have a plan until they get punched in the face.
But when did this whole thing start?
The thing that initially kicked this fight off was me taking ayahuasca about 2.5 years ago.
Ayahuasca, that was the thing that he did. Need to run from him. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. All I can tell you is, from watching those and some of the training videos and stuff that I've seen, I don't know, honestly, if it goes long, like if it goes past, say, I'm gonna say the third to fourth round, I think Tyson is going to start. I think that's where the age gets Tyson, right? I think that's where his age starts kind of getting him a little bit, But if he can get Jake in close and can catch him with that uppercut or a good body shot, right, within the first couple, I can see Jake going down, because all it takes is one. And watching Tyson, he is so freaking fast. I mean, fast. I just don't know. I honestly, truthfully, I just don't know. You think he's going to play hit and run and Mike corners him? Yeah, that's going to be the thing too, is Mike being able to cut the ring off from Jake, right? And get him, pinned against the ropes and get him into where he can get those punches in. And I do definitely believe that, Jake is going to try to do his best to kind of keep his distance and try to tire him out. I think that's a logical, probably in a sound judgment, a sound strategy for Jake. But there's another match that they discuss in there, and this is going to be the match right before the Tyson Paul. This one, I honestly didn't know anything about this, but by what they explained and talked about with these two young ladies, and that is, hang on here, I have their names written down here so I wouldn't forget them. Where's it at here? Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Now, these two young ladies already faced up or matched up back in, I believe it was 2020. And they had a heck of a fight, just a heck of a fight. And this is kind of their rematch. Now, what I did not know was that Jake Paul and his promotion company, that he's a promoter, he has a promotion company, they promoted the first boxing match between Taylor and Serrano, right? And it was and looked at as probably the premier women's boxing matchup. Fight of the year, exactly. And they showed some clips of that fight, and honestly, I'm excited to watch that one too. And again, I'm not a boxing guy. I don't watch boxing matches per se. I've watched a few of the Jake Paul and Logan Paul, whatever, just because, honestly, more hoping that they'd get knocked on their butts more than anything else. That's why I was watching. It wasn't because I'm a fan or a lover of the sport. I just wanted to see them get knocked out. And truth be told, I'm wanting it more now than ever. And but again, when you add Tyson into this, which was, like I said, it was the man, right? When I was a teenager growing up, he was the man. He was just a wrecking ball in the ring, and just to see him fight again. But again, like I said, expectations is that he's going to be a little bit slower. He's 58 years old, right? He's not going to have the stamina to go, but man, I really hope, like I say, he just. But anyway, back to this Taylor and Serrano. They had an interview with the two of them over on MVP Face to Face. And they have this little segment over. This again is on Jake Paul's channel, but I wanted to kind of just real briefly, quickly take a look at this as well.
Taylor and Amanda Serrano sold out Madison Square Garden as they went to war. It was the most watched women's boxing event of all time. This Friday, that record's gonna get smashed as they come together for a second time. Let's bring out our two champions, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano.
We meet again.
Now, this is Katie Taylor here on the left, and this is Amanda Serrano here on the right. Now, Miss Taylor here, it was either 3 or 4 belts that she currently has. It's like she has. I don't know if it's all of the belts, but it's like most of the belts for the featherweight division for women's boxing. It's just they have they show clips, whatever, and she's got these belts, and these her carrying these belts, whatever. That's an accomplishment, right? That is an accolade that few people, male or female, right, through the history of boxing, can claim that they did. And but anyway, like I said, these are the two young ladies. Like I said, we'll watch a little bit more of this, but these are the two young ladies that are going to be boxing right before the Tyson Paul matchup, and I'm excited to watch this. These when they show clips of stuff from the previous matchup, these are aggressive, hard hitting. I wouldn't even want to be in the ring with either one of these. They would beat me. God, Lord, they beat me to a pulp. But they're scary. They're just, there's no fear in either one of these young ladies.
Ladies, welcome to MVP's Face to Face. Now, you're gonna have 30 seconds, both of you, to answer my questions, and the opponent will have 30 seconds to respond. Y'all good with that?
Sounds good. Good.
All right, let's get it. We're gonna start with you, Amanda. Do you think you deserve to win the first fight?
I believe I did. It was a close fight. Me and Katie went out. We did the unthinkable. We sold out Madison Square Garden. We made 7 figures for that fight, and we put on a great show. And I believe I hurt her with the bigger, harder punches, and I believe I won. But it was definitely a close fight.
And how do you respond to that?
Well, I obviously believed that I won the fight, but again, it was a phenomenal fight, and that's why we're here doing it again. It was a fight of the year, and we made history together, and we got a chance to make history together again on Friday night. This is amazing, and we always need a great dance partner. I think that the both of us really showed up the last time, and we're going to do it again on Friday night.
It's going to be nothing.
To me, listening to these two, they obviously have mad respect for each other, right? They have respect for each one, their opponent's skills. And might I say that they're not bad looking either. They're beautiful young women. They're talented. They're fierce. And I'm looking forward, 100%. I'm looking forward to the matchup. I really, really and truly am. But anyway, that's kind of more or less my segment on the Tyson Paul matchup, and then of course, like I say, the Taylor Serrano. Really looking forward to this. Let's see what you guys said in the poll. We got 25% of you said I've got Netflix, but no, I'm not watching it. 62% of you said yeah, I'm going to watch it, and 12% of you said no, you're not going to watch it. Don't have Netflix, you're just not going to watch it, and you just don't. And that's cool. That's 100% cool. I think that's probably about what I expected, to be honestly. So anyway, turn that off, turn this on. Yeah. So recently, Nick Fuentes got doxxed, and a lady showed up at his house And anyway, this happened.
Hi. Oh my God! What are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh no. Anyway.
Oh no. Anyway, exactly. Don't care. Nick Fuentes is a garbage human being with garbage ideas, and he kind of has reaped a little bit of what he sowed there. By the way, I don't condone, I don't support doxing. I think it's a horrible thing, and definitely don't show up to anybody's house. And that's the wrong thing to do. But again, you reap what you sow. I don't care. Next, move on. Can you stop dodging and address allegations? I don't know what allegations I need to address, GG. But anyway, moving along. Here's a little video that Purple sent me of a woman. It says the caption is what if it was the Jehovah's Witness? Yeah, it could have been, but I don't know if Jehovah's Witness is showing up with a camera, phone going, whatever. So, but anyway, so this I'm gonna. I think the audio on this one was okay, if I remember right.
I began to pass out. Then my head hit the wall. Boom. But I had a praying grandmother. I began to pass.
She had a praying grandmother. That was kind of funny. Girl got a goose egg on that noodle. Goose egg on the noodle. This next one. Now, you guys know that I am a Waffle House. I'm a Waffle House fan, supporter. I love Waffle House. I think Waffle House has got good food. I think that a lot of times you can get a good floor show. But there was Monday was Veterans Day, right? It's a day here in the States where we take some time to pay homage to the men and women who has served this country. A lot of establishments will offer free meals. You come in and you being a veteran, they'll give you a free meal. And that's wonderful. I think that's great. Unfortunately, in this deal here, this was Veterans Day, and I'm going to turn because we don't really need to hear the racket, but turn that off. Anyway, you can see a couple of Waffle House employees. These are employees. These are not patrons, right? These were just some veterans who were in there trying to get them some, scattered, smothered, and covered hash browns, maybe a waffle, maybe some crispy bacon, a link or two of sausage, what have you. They just trying to have, their veterans meal, right? Because that's what they do. That's what veterans do. And these employees get into it, and they get into a fight, interrupting these veterans' meals, right? That's just horrible. I think that's an old video. It may be an old video. It doesn't change the fact that still they're sitting there acting a fool right there on Veterans Day. Just, come on, people. Let these veterans have their day. Take it out back or something. Don't sit there and interrupt their meal. It looked like a lot of those veterans were a little bit older anyhow. But anyway, that's bad form on that one, Waffle House. Bad form. I didn't much appreciate that one. Anyway, the commentators are throwing in a chair. Exactly. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this next one, this was kind of funny. This was put up in an employee restroom.
Yo, I am hollering. Somebody put this in our bathroom. And it's so funny because they do sound like, y'all watch it.
That thing needs help. Sounds like to me it might need a little grease on some wheels or bearings or something. Good night. But they ain't wrong. They ain't wrong. That 100% sounds like that video of that screaming goat. No joke. No joke. So anyway, let's see what else we got this morning. Oh, this one here. I'm not for sure exactly where this event was. I'm not for sure exactly, but anyway, these skydivers are parachuting in to this event, and well, my words won't do this justice. Now I had time to turn the audio down because it's got that typical TikTok, song, what are you going to do? Dumb, 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 whatever. But you can see here, the first one comes in. He takes out the marching band. Boom. Marching band, they done. They out of here. Bye-bye. See you later. The next guy or the next person, whatever, comes in. Boom. We're taking out the porta potties. Porta potties down. Marching bands down. Calamity is everywhere. Chaos. Anarchy. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, so what's this guy coming? This person, what are they doing? What's this? Okay, we're coming in. Boom, we're coming in hot. We're going to just take out a section of the bleachers. Bye, booyah, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. This last one comes in. I think this is the last one. He says, well, you know what I'll do? I'm going to hang. No, I'm going to drop right on top of, here we go. Power drive right off the top rail. There you go. Boom. Craziest mess ever seen in my life. It just could not. I tell you what, sometimes I don't know where Purple comes up with these things. It blows my mind where she comes up with these videos. That one was insane. This next one is just goes to show you, we just can't have nice things. We just can't. We cannot have nice things. They have a little toy, make a little toy for the kids to play with, interact with, and then here we go. We got to do this here.
When I turn red, say something, and I'll mix it into a song. Here we go.
Oh, Daddy.
They hit the fucking Pentagon. They hit the fucking Pentagon. They hit the fucking Pentagon.
Okay. What? This is just. This is.
Here we go.
They got what? Everything got to be nasty. Everything got to be nasty. She's down on the floor. Look at her. Yeah, I'm surprised someone did do Hot 2 on that thing or some nonsense. Good. Just says Mr. Glazed Donut. Let me tell you something. There's a time and a place for edgy jokes and stuff, right? But when you're in your local retail store with a kid's toys and I don't know. Maybe my sense of humor is, whatever. So, anyway. And that time for you ended 29 years ago, sir? Possibly. So here's the last one for the day, guys, and we're going to get out of here. Dark humor with mom.
Do you know what the secret is to having a smoking hot body as a senior?
No.
Cremation.
Oh my God.
I sometimes think that Purple has ill will towards me. Cremation jokes about the elderly. Okay.
Hey, Mom.
What?
So my girlfriend started complaining to me how the vacuum won't suck anymore. So I looked at her and said, "It's frustrating, ain't it?"
I feel your pain.
Oh, Dad. Dad coming in there at the end. Best part of Coffee with Peepaw's Purple, 1000%. And I'm going to tell you something. If I could talk her into coming and being a part of this show, guys, of a morning, like be on air with me, talking, I would love it. I would absolutely positively love it. But she just ain't gonna do it. I've tried, I begged, I pleaded, but nope.
Hey, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between a priest and Woody from Toy Story?
Oh, I have no idea, but I bet it's awful.
Woody goes limp when a child walks in the room.
Woody goes, seldom am I speechless. Mark it down on your calendars. Today was one of those days.
Mom, how do you know you're at a gay barbecue?
How do you know?
All the hot dogs taste like shit.
The longer this thing goes, how good Lord, we're almost done. Good.
Hey, Mom. Do you know how to find a blind man on a nude beach? It's not hard.
Thank you, Purple. Shift's kiss on that one. Good Lord. Good Lord. Anyway, that's it, guys. That's all I've got this morning. I've got a few minutes here. If anybody wants to chit chat, wants to talk, discuss anything that was discussed here today, you want to talk about the Tyson fight, if you want to talk about the Taylor Serrano fight, or if you want to talk about any of these awesome little shorts that we watch, we can do that too. But anyway, if anybody wants to hop into the waiting to call, hit the explanation Discord there and chat. It'll throw up the Discord. You can come in, we'll chat. If not, we can go out and we can start our Wednesday mornings, Wednesday afternoon, maybe for some of you, and just get, it's hump day. It's half the week, whatever. How about the election? How about that election? It's over with. Thank you. Next. Glad it's over with. Glad to have it behind us. You haven't done enough. Well, that's that's kind of a relative thing, right? What you think is enough versus what I think is enough, And since this is my sandbox, I can kind of decide when it is, when enough is enough. So anyway, can we talk about what? Mittens, the election, what about it? People went, people voted, choices were made, winners were declared. It's done. It's over with. I'm done with it. And there's nothing to be said about it. Fight the community? What fight? What are you talking about? I'm not fighting the community. What are you talking about? You're bored? Who won? The person that got the most votes. That's who won, Mittens. That's what a silly question. Who won? Who won? All right, let's see if there's anything new out there on Twitter. We can maybe fill a little bit of time here with. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. Anything here? I thought I was. Here we go. I wrote your name in on the ballot. I tried. I am the worst person that you could have ever selected. No. So evidently, according to Drama Alert, the most reputable news Twitter feed that you can find, Aiden Ross has left Kick, according to a new rumor. Shocking emoji face. Explanation. What is this? What is this here? No script. I found that out from y'all posting it. I'm a still stream with John, but where? So I don't know. I don't know what that. Okay. I doubt that seriously. I don't think Aiden Ross. I don't think Aiden Ross is leaving. What's this? Looks like Super Dave. His family got some good news. His brother's fiance is battling has an illness, and they got some really good news. Happy for him and his brother and his brother's fiance. That's great. That's awesome. So is there anything else here? I don't see anything really else to talk about, but anyway, there you go. I think that's about all there is this morning. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all you guys showing up this morning. Like I say, if I decide to do like a live, like reaction commentary type thing, whatever, on the boxing matches Friday night, I'll let you guys know. Just keep an eye on my Twitter. Join my Discord. That'll be the two places that I announce it. But until then, let me see. Is there anybody streaming? Is anybody live out there that I could maybe direct you guys to? I don't see anybody out there that I, as a kid, say anybody that I fuck with. So it's live streaming. So anyway, I will kick you guys off with anyway. Have a good day, guys. Have a great day. Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Hopefully the coffee flows and it's good and strong. And until next time, remember, guys, to always keep your powder dry, and I will see you in the funny papers.